I think it would be fair to say that volunteering probably changed my life. Maybe it gave me a job. I started out volunteering when you were in kindergarten, and I noticed that there was a need because your teacher had 24 children in a class, all crawling under, all kindergartners all day long, crawling under the tables, and I mean, it was a really hard thing for one teacher to handle all 24 kids, so it was a really nice thing for me to be able to go in, and your sister got the opportunity to go in also because your teacher was nice enough to let her come in, and we dressed her up in a little uniform, and she got to go on field trips, and so basically she got to take kindergarten when she was, what, 3? You were 3?
Double kindergarten.
Yeah, double kindergarten. So I mean, that was the first year I volunteered, and every year I added a little bit more at the school because there was such a need. I mean, right now, unfortunately, I think a lot of parents are working and they don't have time to go into school, and I was blessed enough at the time to be a stay-at-home mom and have free time, and so I could come in every day, and I volunteered, and I was on PTA, and I ran Mass Superstars, and I helped up the publishing center, and I felt like I was interacting with the kids, and I loved seeing their growth, and it was really rewarding for me, and I believe rewarding for the teachers, because it's a hard job now that I am a teacher. I see what a hard job it is to be one, and actually volunteering gave me a love of the classroom that I don't think that I knew I had at the time, so it also gave me a career eventually. What do you guys think? You guys were there when I volunteered. Was it hard for you to have your mom at school all the time?
It was definitely awkward having, no time to get away from your mom, but...
Well, I tried to stay away. I did. As a volunteer, what was my rule? If you came up and hugged me, what would happen? Never again. I wouldn't. I'm not your mom in the classroom. I'm a volunteer. That's right. And I tried to make a separation because I didn't want any distraction for the teacher. It was really important to me because they were your teacher and that was their job. So, but I loved knowing what was going on in your lives, and I loved seeing you guys grow. And I also got to see your classmates grow up before my very eyes. It was nice to be able to be in each and every classroom and kind of have a hand in it. And I think, I dare say I met my best friend as a volunteer because I was her room mother, and then she encouraged me to become a teacher after that. So it was a nice thing for me. And I believe that because I volunteered and you saw how much I got out of it, I think that you guys also see the benefit of volunteering, right? Do you see teachers that need you?
Yeah, I think
Desperately, they grab you in the hallway, please, can you help me? But that's how teachers are. There's so much work to be done. I don't think people understand how much work is behind being a teacher. How much do I bring home? How much work do I bring home?
More than us.
More than you. I bring home a lot of work, but it's that's not the best part of teaching. That's the work that's involved. So it's always nice to have somebody around that can pitch in and do some things that I can let somebody else help with. So it's a nice thing. But I think that you volunteered, Alex. What's your favorite thing that you've done?
I like going to gigs with the drumline for different charities and just playing during marathons and stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's nice.
And you provide an atmosphere. I think that you don't realize that having the drum line at those events really provides a background for that event and makes people feel happy, and it's a good thing, and it should make you feel good because you're helping in doing something that you love to do anyway, and you're helping others. So that's a very cool thing. And you too. You help too. What do you do?
Every day when there's a day off. I mean, your school, everyone needs help.
True, they're all grabbing for you. Everybody's like, hey, would Ellie like to help, or Alex like to help? And I'm lucky to have both of you to help me, but my other teacher friends are very lucky that they can have you to help them too, so that's a really nice thing. And something else that I volunteered for that you've helped me do was I was your cheerleading coach for 3 years in a row, and I was an assistant coach, but it ended up being maybe a little more permanent than an assistant job. It took 3 hours a day plus Saturdays for 3 months, and I did it for 3 years, and it took a lot of time, but I got to help out your organization. I think the Optimist Club is a great organization, and both of you were part of it. You played baseball for them, and you were a cheerleader and soccer. Let's see, you did cheerleading, soccer, softball. But they need help because parents can't go out there on the field and help out all the time. They have to work. And I was lucky again to do that. I couldn't, my job gets done at, well, I'm supposed to get done with my job at 3, but I don't quite make it home that early, but still, it's nice to be able to have time, and it was nice to be able to contribute. And Daddy helped out because he kept score, right?
At the games.
At the games, you kept score and you helped throw the ball around, and it's nice to be able to help at doing something that you like doing. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think being a good Samaritan and helping other people is very rewarding. I know we have United Way and the Pioneers Club at work, and it seems like the more involved we are in things outside of work and school, the more rewarding our life is, and you find a lot of interest and you find new friends, and it really makes your life better, and it really is a positive thing the more that you're involved in volunteering.
I agree. I think it's good for the community. It's good for us as a family. We're trying to raise you two to be responsible adults. It's our job, to be your parent and be your teacher a little bit. Yeah. So what's it like to have a mom for a teacher?
Well, I definitely loved it when you were at our school because, everybody knew who I was.
What was some of the
home
things
early.
that she would say about her? What did they say?
Yeah,
Mom
did they
was
say
like?
nice things about me?
Mostly. They loved how much homework you had.
Well, I try to be fair with the homework. I always try to give just enough homework. I don't want to give too much, but and I'm seeing my first group that I taught were 5th graders when I taught them, and now they're sophomores in high school. And when I go to your games, I see these kids that are now teenagers that they still remember me, and it's very rewarding to be a teacher and to have affected, I think, other kids' lives, because they still remember that I sang to them, like that I enjoyed singing. I'll admit it, I like to sing in class. I think it's fun, and I think that's important, that they remember me, even if it's silly things that they remember me for.
Yeah, like one of the guys on the drum line remembered some song you sung at the end of school if they behaved well, from 5th grade to 10th grade, and was randomly singing it through the hallway.
Yes, because well, that's good though. So he remembered something. Hopefully they might remember my songs, and they probably remember the other stuff, all the important stuff. So that's, for me, being a teacher, that's what's most rewarding is seeing those kids grow up and get older, or having someone run up to me in the hallway and give me a big hug because they haven't seen me in a year. I've touched their lives, and that means a lot to me. When I became a teacher, I remember what it was like to be in every single grade I taught. When I was in 3rd grade, I maybe didn't have the best teacher. And so as a 3rd grade teacher now, I try to be the kind of teacher that my kids would remember, and I try to affect their lives. Every kid has potential, every single one of them. And I hope that if anything that you guys learn from me as a teacher, that everybody that you encounter in life has potential to do something, because it's a really important thing. We can keep the old one. I think it's fair to say that we spend a majority of our family time on a field, one way or another. Is that true?
Cooper City Field.
Cooper City in particular, or other schools. Where do we go? What do we? We're big fans. That's Daddy and I's dog. We're the big fan. So what are we fans of?
You're the cheerleaders for the cheerleaders.
That's true. We're the cheerleaders for the cheerleaders, and we're the cheerleaders for the marching band.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're very proud of both of you. You guys are outgoing kids. You contribute a lot to your school because you guys join, you're cheerleader and you're in marching band, and we're very proud of you. I mean, it's a neat thing to be able to go watch you. It's like our own little sports group. We get to go to marching band competitions and watch you and the drum line, win lots of awards because you guys are awesome. It's a neat thing for us, I think, as your parents. It's nice to see your kids be more talented. I don't know, maybe not you. Daddy's a pretty talented guy.
You
But
guys have always kept us busy, whether it was soccer, baseball, softball. I think we tried all the sports.
I think we've done all of them. I don't think there's any reason.
Dance.
You did
Can't
dance?
forget
that.
Yeah, we can't, that's true. We can't. So there's not really anything you haven't done. And you know what? I was always proudest of your dad because he was always, there's not a lot of, unfortunately, I think dads go to watch cheerleading events, and so your dad though always had his cheer dad shirt on, and he was as loud as anyone out there, just proud as he could be of you. And I think, I hope that you enjoy. I know you don't always. It's kind of lame to have your parents there all the time.
It does mean a lot though to know that you support us.
Yeah, and drive you.
It's not that loud.
45 minutes to practice, 45 back.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, well, and you cheer for competitive, so that's quite a commitment for you and for us. But it's a commitment for you too. You're a very good student and you keep your grades up. And I think it's really neat that you've taken on so much, but you still maintain, both of you maintain your grades and try your best on everything. And that's something that I admire. I don't know that I was that dedicated when I was your age, and I think it's really a good thing. So besides going to all of these events, what is your favorite thing we do?
I like watching movies, and rock bands is pretty fun
Yeah.
too.
See, rock band's my favorite because we all kind of have our own little part, right? We have, I'm the vocals and
Guitar.
guitars. We have the dual guitars.
The guitar duo.
The guitar. I mean but that's the neat thing. We all have the part we play, and then we all switch and we struggle. Poor Alex. Alex makes us look terrible because we're
Alex
not
does everything.
Alex
right?
does everything well, so but it's good. I think that's fun. I love doing that. I think that it's a good thing that we still like to do things together. I keep thinking, okay, next year the kids aren't going to want to be with us anymore. I keep thinking that, but I'm really lucky and I'm really happy that you still aren't so embarrassed that you still hang out with us, because we're not the coolest parents on the block probably, but
Yes, we are.
oh, okay.
Well, you wouldn't be embarrassing if you didn't try to embarrass us.
I only
So-
try a little bit. There's only a few things I like to sing in public. I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing wrong with going down the grocery store aisle singing some of those songs, and I know all of those songs.
You're lucky for me.
I don't embarrass you though, do I, Alex?
Sometimes in the grocery store I have to agree, it gets a tad much.
Well, I try to entertain.
Best of times.
That's the time.